I'd completely forgotten what a grind Football Manager can be as a game. I haven't played since 22, so I got the 2024 version and set myself a challenge of bringing my hometown club, Kerry FC, to European football. I'm at the end of my first season and I'm down here, second from bottom. Now I did expect to be there or thereabouts. The expectation for the board was to attempt to avoid finishing last, so we're doing alright with 8 wins and 6 draws. I think better than the actual Kerry team have done this season. And I've had some very good results like this one against Bray Wanderers, going from 4 goals down to win it 9-7. What a bananas game that was. But my best players already agreed to feck off and leave me at the end of the next season, so that's not encouraging. Struggle is it's a part-time club with literally zero transfer budget, so I don't know how I'm going to try and increase revenue. It's an interesting challenge anyway, that's for sure. Probably the toughest I've ever done. Okay, season 2, here we go. So to start with, I finished last season in 7th place with 12 wins on 43 points, which is pretty decent. And considering the expectation was to finish dead last, I'm actually quite happy with that. Now the trouble is that since we performed quite well, some of my better players, they're fucking off, they're going elsewhere, which to be expected because they're on non-contract agreements, most of them, so I'm not even getting money for them. Bit of a balls. However, for season 2, I do actually have a transfer budget, so that's pretty good. And I'm going to use that budget to hopefully sign this chap, Oisin O'Reilly, who I had on loan for me for the end of last season, and he did phenomenally well. So I'll probably end up using a lot of the transfer budget just on him. Now, my plan from here on out is to rely heavily on the youth team. Towards the end of last season, I managed to convince the board to increase or better the youth recruitment, and that's paid off already. I have been blessed with these new candidates that came in, and it looks like they are going to be quite good. So, since you can't get relegated from the first division in Ireland, I'm thinking what I might do is almost from the get-go just play the young guys so they can maximise out their potential, and that way in maybe 2-3 seasons they would hopefully be the best team in the first division. Conversely, of course, they may get signed to other teams if they do prove to be quite good, but that in turn can be a revenue stream that I can use to grow the youth facilities and hopefully become a professional club within the next 5 seasons. And I'm particularly interested in this young fella, Saeed Claude, because he's been signed up to the France under-19 squad, so hopefully he'll be a decent little player that can maybe earn me a few quid. Season 2 kicks off soon. Come back for more. So I'm just over halfway into the second season of managing Kerry Football Club on Football Manager 24, and things are going pretty well. I pulled off a 7th place finish in season 1, which is very, very good, much better than I expected, and I'm on course to at least match that this season. 23 games in, sitting on 29 points, and there's an outside chance that we might even get a playoff spot. I switched up the tactics to go for a 4-3-3, and that's given me a lot more consistency instead of blowing hot and cold like I was in season 1. And I'm making a solid effort of keeping a lot of the young fellas in and around the first team, and that's proving quite fruitful as well. I'd be shocked if I did end up in a playoff spot. I don't think I'd be ready for Premier Division yet this season, so hopefully I've get a solid, strong end to this season, and we'll see how I go for season 3. So I'll post an update again for the end of season 2. Well, just finished season 2, so here's your update. 7th place finish again this season and ran Drogheda United fairly close for 6th. I was hoping maybe it might push for 5th, but it wasn't to be. This is the formation I ended up using towards the end of the season, and it came in quite handy. I ran 7 games undefeated at the end of the season, as opposed to running 7 with back-to-back losses at the very beginning of the season. I've got some great use out of some of the young players, especially Arubi and Rogers. They've been performing very well for me, and the last 5-6 games of the season I started bringing in Niall Keogh. He's still with the under-19s teams, but he's been performing fantastically well, including a couple of player of the week performances for me in the senior team. The finances, on the other hand, aren't looking so great, so I'm not quite sure where that's going to leave us at the start of next season. I invested quite a bit in the coaching team, and as you see, I'm tracking quite high across the board for the Irish First Division. I think that's been working quite well for me as well. A lot of the players are kind of reaching their potential or pushing past it even. I think towards the end of the season I didn't have any player playing that was over 25 years old, so the average age is a lot lower this year as well. The team has felt a lot more consistent and a bit more solid and together this season, as opposed to the first season. I was leaning on Leo Gaxa to pull me through a lot. This time the team is much more coherent and much more of a team. It's going to be hard to keep them together again, though. Galway already want my goalkeeper, Ryan Hammond, because he's been one of the best goalkeepers in the league this season. So I expect him to leave at the end of this one. Finding a replacement of his quality is going to be difficult. But we're now an established first division team, so that's a bonus. I achieved that objective 2 years quicker than we had hoped. So, playoffs in season 3. Let's see how it goes. Okay, yes, that's a good idea actually, because I notice in a lot of situations midfield getting bypassed on a counter attack, and then it's just literally my defenders up against their strikers with no coverage. So that's a good idea, thank you. So I guess this is what you mean, have the ball winning midfielder play as a defensive midfielder. I don't want to drop him back too much because I do want to control the midfield a bit higher up if possible. Then have a centre mid and a box to box midfielder as well, so that should leave me with at least one as the anchor point. I'll probably stick with that same formation for this season as well. But if anyone has any tips on, the tactical style that I could maybe adjust, because I really want to try push for playoff this season. Any ideas, let me know. I also got to try to find a goalkeeper because Hammond has left me. He let his contract run down and wouldn't sign a new one. He was 4-star current ability, and the best I can currently get is 2-star, so that's going to be a problem. So 6 games into my third season with Kerry FC, and we're not doing great. We've only won one game, but we're keeping in touch with the playoff spots, which is kind of what I want to do. But the lads aren't exactly happy with me because I'm not starting Jordan Talon as much as they would like. But of course I made the mistake of promising Ethan Koss some playing time, which means I had to drop Jordan Talon for a bit. So, just can't win with these guys. Probably shouldn't have accused them of being unprofessional because the dressing room atmosphere has taken a tank after that. Maybe I should kick a boot at them. Very surprised at you, Bradley Rogers. I gave you your breakthrough here. Expect more respect as the manager. But anyway, got a semi-final to look forward to. That's the furthest I've gotten the cup competition so far. Though I don't imagine I'll beat Cork if we do get to the final. Follow for more updates. Well, I've managed to get to the Munster Cup final, and that game's up next. And as expected, it's against Cork City, so that's going to be tough. I've made decent moves in the league, so we're sitting in 4th on 31 points, only 6 points off the top, so, never know. But before we get into that, there's a cup final to contend with. I could play conservative and try to, keep them out for the whole game, but that's not likely going to happen, so sticking with the tried and tested, and that's my lineup. Light the candles and let's see how it goes. Should have worn my tie for the occasion. Oh well. Well, that's not a good start. And it's not getting much better. Oh dear. This could be a massacre. Oh, 3-0, it's not even half time. It's not even halfway to half time. God damn it, lads. In hindsight, attacking was a mistake. And playing defensive isn't going too well now either. Damn it. I'm not sure there's a halftime team talk that can salvage this one. Time to ring the changes and hope for the best. Switching to 3-4-2-1 as well. Or 5-3-2-1. Either way. Go team. Hey, we got one back. Go on, Gallagher. Never mind. It's the hope that kills you. At least we only conceded 2 in the second half. So clearly we're not ready for that level of competition yet. At least we got the league. If I do get promoted though, we're going to need a lot of improvements before we're ready for Prem level. Come back for more. Okay, so final season 3 update. We have 3 games remaining and we are 2 points clear at the top of the table. I think we might actually pull this off. So the first of the 3 hasn't gone well at all, and let's put it back in Bray's hands. Going to need some help here. The penultimate game week's gone a lot better. Beat Finn Harps 2-1 and Bray have slipped up to draw though. That puts it back in our hands. And wouldn't you know it, the final game of the season is against Bray Wanderers away. Why am I genuinely nervous? So, I just need a draw. That'll guarantee I win the first division and get automatic promotion to the Premier Division. But playing for a draw, not sure about that. Here we go. Yes. Get in, Ben. You'll take whatever you can get in this game. What a fucked goal. 1-0 at halftime, not too bad. I can taste it, that close. Fuck. Oh, now we're into squeaky bum time. Oh, for fuck's sake. Holy shit, I fucking... Yes! Get in. Fucking hell. Alright. Park the bus. Just dropping everyone back now. Fucking dead. Fuck. That was emotional. Well done, lads. Very fucking well done. Well fucking done, lads. Well, I guess Premier Division updates coming soon. Follow for more.